Remember that time we reacted to your favorite Christmas movie?
It's the AllEars Christmas special. Ooh.
Home Alone is one of the greatest films ever, not just Christmas films.
The harrowing tale of a survivalist child attempting to navigate the treacherous acts of his family after having been left alone.
Is the tragic tale of a young boy, Kevin McAllister.
Kevin McAllister!
Kevin!
He is just a sweet kid played by Macaulay Culkin before we knew that he was a mess.
Whose family goes to Paris for Christmas and forget him at home. But what you may not remember is that Kevin wished his family to be gone because they were all annoying him.
He's a brat. He's that kid in the grocery store that you see with his mom, and he's like, hey mom, can I get fruit by the foot? And the mom's like, no dear, you can't. And he's like, I hate you, mom! And you looking like, she can't control her kids. But I see that bottle of wine in your cart. You can control that.
I just realized there's a wine box in my shot. Don't worry about that.
I saw this movie 6 times when it came out. I think I was 12 years old, maybe 13 years old. It was the funniest thing we had ever seen.
It was only as an adult watching it that I realized just how it is one of the most violent films ever made.
It's a really great movie to watch as a kid. It makes you feel like you have a lot of agency. Like, I too could defeat Joe Pesci if he were trying to break into my house.
I have a very simple solution to this. Give me one moment. Now you may think that Kronkle's here. He looks a little tough. Oh, I bet Kronk's a good guard dog. But this is literally what Kronk does to every human he meets. So Kronk would actually be the worst guard dog. But who I could maybe rely on is this little sweet nugget right here, Miss Ella, because she makes this noise a lot. Could you bark, please?
I'm a mess too, Macaulay. Listen, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah, bark, bark. Ella.
Sometimes I see pictures of you and I go, you okay, Macaulay? Everything good? All right, just checking.
So as you can see by my ferocious guard dogs, should someone try to rob me, I would in fact be burgled because my dogs are useless. Except for Cuddles. They're really good at cuddles. They would try to cuddle the burglar.
Well, the first sequel, Lost in New York, it rivals the first movie, I think. I think Lost in New York is really a stellar film.
Home Alone 3 is the one with the, international, information USB in the remote control car. I liked that one a lot when I was a kid. I have to say it has not held up.
But what I really want to talk about is the new Home Alone. Home Sweet Home Alone is kind of the reboot, but it still exists in the universe of Home Alone. And it came out on Disney Plus this year, and you guys, it's terrible.
Does it star Macaulay Culkin? Has he done a Benjamin Button and aged backwards? No? Not interested.
Instead of it being burglars who want to just cause chaos and steal, it's a very nice couple that is about to lose their home, think that the little British boy has stolen something from their house worth a lot of money that could save their home.
Home Alone is fun. Home Alone is fun because we can all agree Joe Pesci deserves to have his head torched off in the door in the movie, not in real life. And Joe Pesci is lovely. But I don't want to watch that couple get their entire, stuff wrecked. You know what I mean?
I'm fine. You know what? Hawkeye's out. They just released that Beatles documentary. I got enough content on Disney Plus right now. I'm good.
Kevin!
Home Alone. After vacationing across America and throughout Europe,
Take it, Russ.
this holiday season, the Griswolds are going to play it safe.
Christmas Vacation is the best holiday movie in existence. I'm so sorry, Elf. Christmas Vacation wins. It is the best.
I absolutely consider watching Christmas Vacation a holiday tradition. It is one of my top 3 favorite Christmas movies. It's The Grinch, Christmas Vacation, and The Santa Claus. Those are my all-time favorites, so it's a must at least once, if not 5 to 8 to 12 times a season.
Christmas Vacation is a National Lampoon's take on the family tradition of Christmas, which is to say, it all goes sideways at every possible avenue.
National Lampoon started as a sort of newspaper, then a magazine, and they grew to be very, 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 very big and popular in the 1980s.
This was and still is my dad's favorite Christmas movie, so from a young age we would always watch Christmas Vacation.
In Christmas Vacation, Clark Griswold is a dad and he's got his fam and he is, he's got Christmas coming up. And so a lot of the movie is just kind of their Christmas festivities.
Favorite character would have to be Cousin Eddie. This is Randy Quaid's finest moment in his career. Oh, Clark, you don't have to do that. Buy presents for the kids. Well, actually, here's a list. He's just so, we all have that family member, right? That we, hate to love and love to hate.
If you don't think your family has that one uncle, you're probably that uncle.
Ooh.
So.
There's these two pompous neighbors, Todd and Margot. They are my inspiration.
Favorite line from the whole movie is the scene where Margot goes, "Why is the
Carpet's all wet, Todd."
I don't know.
No, Margot.
And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what. Where's the Tylenol? So good. Probably the most iconic scene of the movie, though, is the fact that Clark's trying to get his Christmas lights to work and he can't get them to work.
Well, here's my time to admit that I am married to a bit of a Clark Griswold. That is a bit of a, always goes a little bit overboard with the holidays. So these Christmas lights have, since we've gotten married, have always freaked me out because I could totally see my husband doing them.
I love Clark Griswold's Christmas lights. I do think they're a little boring, and I'm just saying that because, look, it's not a big deal, but when I was a kid, my family had some of the best Christmas lights in my state. They went to music. We had a drop zone, a roller coaster, a carousel, Santa flew around our roof, and penguins rode around on all the rides. And the rides weren't like, oh, it's a roller coaster, flat roller coaster that the lights move to make it look like it's moving. No, my dad built a whole roller coaster in our front yard, and it was so cool.
Even though things go terribly wrong throughout the film, there are these little triumphant moments. And that is so true to life. That is what my life is like anyway, every Christmas season. I will try to do 10 things perfectly, and I will get one thing really right out of the 10, and the rest of them will kind of be maybe what some would consider failures. But I have lowered my expectations lower and lower every year I've been alive. And by this airing, I will be 40 years old. And you know what? I don't think my expectations could get any lower. So, I love this movie.
This year, let Chevy Chase light up your holidays.
Do you mind telling me what you do want to do?
Well, sir, someday I'd like to be a dentist.
Oh, well, the Christmas claymations.
It all begins and ends with Rankin Bass. Wasn't Rankin Bass the company that did these? Am I right?
Christmas claymation movies are movies that were made, I think in the 60s. And they're just 70s time frame, and they're so magical. They're literally like claymation stop motion movies where they take our favorite Christmas tales and bring them to life.
You have got The Year Without a Santa Claus, which is my favorite, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus is Coming to Town,
Well, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is the original and best. And thanks to Gene Autry, we have this amazing song.
My whole face is like Rudolph's nose. I've been turning red this whole time because I'm morphing into Rudolph.
I didn't remember it being so incredibly tragic and heartbreaking, and I watched it a few years ago as an adult, and I was so upset. They are literally so mean to Rudolph.
Santa in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is kind of a jerk. Hot take. Not awesome.
That's bullying, okay? And you guys didn't even know that the least amongst you was gonna be the greatest. You wanna know why? It tells you in the next part of the song. Then that foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say.
So I used to think that I liked Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but now I realize that it's just terrifying and depressing.
That I actually really like Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I don't know why.
His hair was red. Y'all, Santa Claus was a ginger. I'm just saying. Quincy, check your timeline. Go to Ancestry and find out if you related, because girl, you could be magical. I mean, you're magical, but you could be Christmas magical.
Put one foot in front of the other. This isn't the tune, and soon you'll be out walking across the floor.
Is the Year Without a Santa Claus the one with the heat miser and the snow miser?
Ba-dum, dum, dum, da-dum,
Dun 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 dun.
I'm Mr. Heat Miser. I'm Mr. Sun. Da-da-da-da.
I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. 10 Below. Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns the snow in my clutch.
I'm too much. Ba-dum-dum-dum. Da-dum.
I don't know all the words, and I'm not lying when I say I mostly know the song from TikTok and an old episode of RTT.
These films make me feel the feels. I get very nostalgic. Like I said, when they come on TV, I'm always just like, oh my gosh, it's Christmas. And I start thinking about being a little boy and helping my mom wrap presents.
They made me feel nostalgic enough to when I was a child drinking sparkling apple juice while my parents got away with maybe some champagne.
I grew up in the 80s, so like, this was the best thing on TV. So I loved when these specials came on, whether they were the original Rudolph or Bob Vinton's claymation special from 1988. I mean, that's great. Just like it goes right up there with The Grinch and Charlie Brown Christmas and Frosty the Snowman. These are where it all started, that spun off everything else. So yes, they bring me back to my childhood and I love them.
We shall call him Chris. Chris Kringle.
Yay! My Christmas. You want to know about my Christmas? Okay.
Oh, well, I love Christmas time. I love this time of year. I always have. I mean, even I think when I was able to start celebrating it alone, it became even more kind of extreme. I remember setting up my dorm rooms in college and just stringing Christmas lights everywhere, inside and outside of the dorm room, which clearly violated everything that had to do with the dorm room policy, but you know what, your boy didn't care.
Our favorite holiday tradition is to make a magic band wreath. Now, we get all of our magic bands and we put them on a wreath, and luckily our neighbors haven't stolen it and gotten into the park on our annual pass yet.
I am excruciatingly picky about Christmas trees. Like, they have to be a perfect cone, no holes anywhere, no weird leaning, nothing like that. They have to be dense. And every year when my parents are like, let's go to the tree farm, we're there for like 3 hours while I vet every single tree.
We have a couple different Christmas trees. I will show you one of them, my favorite one. It is a Harry Potter themed Christmas tree. So we have enough Harry Potter themed ornaments that we have an entire tree which has Harry Potter ornaments on it. So that's one of my favorite things. I also have these little snowmen that my aunt gave me that she has in her house, and I always loved them when I was growing up, so then she gave them to me, and they're just these little snowmen that like light up.
My parents do watch these, and I want you to know right now that the one time that you picked a tree, it was subpar. And I haven't seen the tree they picked this year, and I'm going home to my parents for Christmas. It better be a good tree, is all I'm saying. It better be a good tree.
One of our traditions is caroling. My family, everyone in my family can sing. It's crazy. Like, we can all sing. And so what we would do is the night before on Christmas Eve, we would bake little bundt cakes. My mom would bake a whole bunch of different red velvet bundt cakes, and we would go caroling to our family and friends, and we drop them off on Christmas Eve.
I love to be with family. I have family in Illinois and I have family in California. I try to split my time as evenly as possible between the two, but family is what Christmas is about for me.
Every Christmas Eve, I would celebrate with my dad's side of the family, and like all of the cousins. My grandparents would get together and we would exchange gifts, and everyone would bring different like cookies and treats to eat.
I don't know, my favorite thing about the holidays is that everybody gives themselves a break. I think that's the biggest thing, especially for us here, at least in the US. I think there is this direct correlation between productivity and worth and self-value, and I think the holidays kind of allow us to take a break from that, which is incredibly welcome. It gives everybody the chance to kind of ease that tension that never leaves your shoulders. And then what I hope it does is I hope it encourages us to kind of look around and find common ground across the board for everybody.
I love the excitement in the air. I love that there's Christmas music everywhere. I don't really need it before Thanksgiving, but I love hearing it on the radio and in the stores. And yes, it is probably there to get you to buy more stuff and get more into the spirit of buying things. But I just love the joy and the fun and the air. It's just, it's magical. I absolutely adore Christmas. Best holiday ever.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
And of course, from us here, the RTT cast, the All Ears team, we wish you the very, very, very merriest of Christmas, the happiest of holidays, whatever you celebrate, make it a good one. And a Happy New Year too. I think we'll see you before then, but a Happy New Year too. You deserve it. You deserve everything that's coming at you, all the good things.
So everyone at home, wishing you the happiest of holidays. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and friends and whoever you're celebrating with. Happy holidays.
From our family to yours, whatever you're celebrating this time of year, happy holidays. Thanks for watching.
Folks out there who watch RTT and who watch AllEars.net, first of all, thank you for being awesome and amazing. Your viewership and your continued support is nothing more than the greatest gift that we could ever receive. So thank you. And second of all, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season.
Merry Christmas! Have a great holiday!
On behalf of all of us here at RTT on AllEars.net, we want to wish you the most happiest holiday season that you have ever had. Eat good things, laugh, spend time with people you love, including yourself, and give the gift of love and kindness to everyone. Thank you so much.
And have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Merry Christmas from us here at RTT to your family at home. We love you. Happy holidays.
And yes, I did make the kind of crock-pot meatballs that you're supposed to bring as an appetizer to your local potluck for myself, eat in my home alone, and I do intend to eat them out of a bowl. No, I didn't make rice. I just made them, and they are delicious. And I'm gonna eat them, and I'm gonna watch a claymation. And you can't stop me, because this is in the past. How does that make you feel? Out of control? I understand.
Ho, 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 it's Molly, and thanks for watching the holiday special of RTT. Please make sure to like and subscribe, ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And if you want more RTT right now, click over here for our playlist of our favorite movie episodes. If you want more All Ears, though, click over here for last year's Christmas special. Thanks for watching.